What's up, real world climbers? Welcome back to the headquarters. I got behind me here the 2016 setup for the MoonBoard. Just finished up an epic year of doing MoonBoard benchmarks. I did 2,024 of them in 1 year, and I figured now would be a good time to shake things up. And I was searching around my MoonBoard and I discovered a time capsule was built into my MoonBoard. So let's go ahead and bust open this time capsule. So what I found is, I found this old school PDF of a different setup for the MoonBoard from 2013. So I thought it would be really cool to go back in time and go back to 2013 and check out this setup. While I was investigating the possibility of doing this, I actually found this photo right here of me back in 2015 trying the MoonBoard for the first time ever at a gym, and it just happened to be this exact same setup that we're going to do here. So we're just going to get at it. We're going to start swapping out the holds and setting them up as 2013. Kind of tedious, but it's coming together. We got all the yellows up now and only that many more whites and blacks. And that's all the black ones, so just a handful of white ones left. Alright, and finally they're all up there. And believe it or not, these 4 holds were not included in the layout for some reason, including this really good black pocket here, and also this hold here that is used quite frequently as like a jug or a start or a finish in the different setups. So it's interesting that these are not used. The other thing that I noticed is that the coordinates here that they give you in the list, in a few places they differ from the picture, and the picture actually makes more sense for the orientation of the holds. So I went with the picture. So I will put the actual adjustments that I make in the description as well, in case you want to duplicate this. So now that this 2013 setup is all in place, I'm going to go ahead and have my first session on it. And I think Jack is going to be joining me in a little bit as well. Did want to mention that I met this guy on Instagram that actually made a rudimentary app for the 2013 setup. And so I'm going to be using that instead of the PDF. I believe he says it's supposed to work with the MoonBoard control box, but I've been able to get it to connect, but I haven't been able to get the lights to turn on for it, so I'm still kind of troubleshooting that. Even so, just having the app so I don't have to manually go through and like print or manually add all of the existing 2013 problems into a spreadsheet or something like that is really, really valuable. So thanks a ton. So it works a lot like the MoonBoard app. It's just got the different setup. There are, I believe, 600 published problems, and that's from a bunch of the old PDFs that came out. So already there's 600 problems to work with, and that means that we'll have plenty to work with, but I think it'll be interesting to set some problems too. So I have been looking at the problems and just knowing what the holds are like and in the orientations they're in, I think they're going to be pretty tough, and I think they're going to be like pretty sandbagged for the grade. But I could be wrong. Last time I actually tried the 2013 setup was back in 2015, and I thought it was really hard then. But I'll say this thing is that board climbing, or MoonBoard climbing specifically, is a technique in itself. You can learn some tactics and some tricks to make the boards feel a little bit easier. In the meantime, since the LEDs are not working, I'm going to take the problems that are on this app and I'm going to mark them with my handy dandy magnet tag system. If you haven't already seen that video, I'll put a link up here and you should definitely check that out. I think it's a pretty simple solution for marking your problems. It is quite cold out here today. It's January in Colorado. So I think we'll make sure we do a thorough warm up before we jump on the MoonBoard. Ouch! That's not how we warm up. You don't punch the wall. Dang, that hurt. Once upon a time, like, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, I was moonboarding and I accidentally punched a hold and broke my hand. Luckily, that did not just happen there, but dang, that hurt. That's not how we warm up, Josh. So the first problem we have up here is called kendal 1, and there are 4 kendals, so kendal 1, 2, 3, and 4. Supposedly they're all 6As, which is V3, but again, I've been looking at the app and comparing it to the holds, and I think they're going to feel hard for the grades. The other difference in this 2013 setup that I've noticed compared to like 2016 is there's a lot more holds on row 3 and 4, where there's very few on 2016 that are that low. So I think a lot of the starts are going to be like laying down or more leaning and lower starts. Yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't feel like V3. It feels harder than V3, I'll say that. The middle moves were pretty reasonable. That last move, either you jump for the finish hold or you put the high foot and then it's strenuous. Still fun though. Check that one off. And this one's kendal 2. Compared to 2016 even, I think this is definitely harder than V3, for sure. It's harder than a lot of the V4s, and probably some of the V5s in 2016. I mean, this is a mono for most people if I can squeeze a second finger in. This one is slopey, then that's reasonable. And the finish hand is kind of slightly sloping down. Yeah, it's a flat edge, but it's slightly sloping down. Good, come on. So we're going to skip the other 2 kendals and come back to them later because they just start on the same holds. The next one's called Glen, also supposedly a 6A, but this one looks even harder than the other 2 that I did. There's some hard moves in there for sure. I'm just gonna not even worry about what grade they think it is because don't think they compare. This one's called Leo's Kluriga. No stinking way. It's like threes outside are easier than this. Yeah. Oh my gosh. These are really fun. I like that they're new to me and they're kind of classics. So here's my side quest, and I'm counting on you guys, the viewers, to help me out with this. But we need to make this like cool to go back to 2013 and make retro super cool. So much so that Ben Moon decides to add the 2013 stuff into the app. It wouldn't be that hard, I don't think.
That's so high.
Yeah. But I don't think it would be that much work necessarily to add it into the app and to program in the climbs that exist. Let's share this thing out there and tag Ben Moon, all those guys, to try and convince them to add it. This one's called Problem 22. And again, we're not even concerning ourselves with grades at this point. Nice thing about using the magnet tags is we can have two problems up at the same time. The MoonBoard app doesn't do that. Nice, come on! Wow, that makes a big cross. Yeah. Alright, so now we have blue route up there. Problem 22 is still up there, it's blue. And the one in orange tags is called Sweat.
Your own fingers?
Kind of like, yeah, just touch it down there. That's kind of a little cheeky little toe hook on this thing. If I talk like I'm from Britain, cheeky, you know, it's a cheeky little thing.
Oh.
Then maybe my YouTube channel will grow like the guys from the UK. It's like all their climbing channels are like huge. Oh yeah, this one's called No Sweat. Yeah, this thing just sucks. Oh, I gotta catch
You don't have that left hand.
Yeah, this is off on the No Sweat one. So it's a harder start, but easier. It's hard.
That means it's at least V7.
The end is gonna be easier, right? This foot is off.
Usually you don't fail on the start move unless it's V7 or more, right?
just got burned off by a V3. Supposedly. Alright, the next one I'm gonna do is called Underhanded Thing to Do. We have the blue tags on it. It's got a couple underclings, so that's probably why they named it Underhanded Thing to Do. Holy crap! That's hard. V3. Oh, yeah. If we do convince Ben Moon to add these in there, we have to make sure that they reevaluate the grades. Oh my goodness. The underhanded thing to do is to call this 6A. So yeah, if you can get this somehow and the foot up and press up into it. This problem is a 6D plus. 7A is V6. 7A plus V7. So 6D plus would be V7. Yeah. Oh, there's some hard ones in here. So I'm gonna try probably one more and then I'll be done here. But I moved to 6A plus, which is still technically V3, like harder V3. So we'll see if there's any differences.
Oh, these are easy V3s?
Those are 6A, yeah. So we're gonna see if the ones that they say are 6A plus hard V3 are any different. Okay, that's actually reasonable. You get a little thumb there. And this one that I'm trying with the blue tape is called C, like just the letter C.
Built it myself with the propane.
Oh really? There's snow on it right now?
A little bit. The spot is really getting sun. You also take the fence down. This one hits it.
That's so hard. Alright, so that's the first session on 2013. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget, we're going to try and popularize this. So share this video out, share out any other 2013 videos I end up doing. So that way we can hopefully get this added to the app. And stay tuned for future videos. Make sure you click the chains on the subscribe button. I'll see you real soon.